You're watching Times Now. My name is Pranesh Kumar Roy. Joining me is Meghna. Data on Tuesday, viewers, the Ranchi police had withdrawn the posters of June 10 riot accused hours after releasing them. Today, the Jharkhand government has sought an explanation from the Ranchi SSP over the poster, calling the exercise illegal and violation of the Allahabad High Court order. This comes after the cops had faced the fury of rioters on June 10 and several of them were injured.
In fact, Times Now has spoken to a few of these Jharkhand cops and they admit, all of it on camera, that their morale has been broken with what transpired recently, the way they have been pulled up and hounded by their own Sarkar. The Chief Minister, who dismissed rioting as a Galti, must listen to what his own policemen feel when they are being pulled up for doing their job.
लेकिन आप एक बात बताओ, आप जो बोल रहे हो कि एसएसपी साहब को तो मतलब एसएसपी ने लीड किया पूरा आगे से, फिर उन्हीं को आज शोकोज नोटिस भेज दिया सरकार ने, तो इससे मोरल डाउन नहीं होता?
पूरा मनोबल टूटेगा। तो
इस सरकार के अंडर में ऐसा है या पहले भी ऐसा ही था? मैं तो क्योंकि झारखंड का नहीं हूँ, तो पहले जब बीजेपी की सरकार थी तब भी इतना फ्री हैंड दे रखा था, या फिर अभी इस सरकार में ज़्यादा दबाव है?
हाँ, इसमें तो ज़्यादा दबाव है, बीजेपी में तो सपोर्ट मिल रहा था।
लेकिन आप एक बात बताओ, आप जो बोल रहे हो कि एसएसपी साहब को तो मतलब एसएसपी ने लीड किया पूरा आगे से, फिर उन्हीं को आज शोकोज नोटिस भेज दिया सरकार ने, तो इससे मोरल डाउन नहीं होता?
पूरा मनोबल टूटेगा। तो
इस सरकार के अंडर में ऐसा है या पहले भी ऐसा ही था? मैं तो क्योंकि झारखंड का नहीं हूँ, तो पहले जब बीजेपी की सरकार थी तब भी इतना फ्री हैंड दे रखा था, या फिर अभी इस सरकार में ज़्यादा दबाव है?
हाँ, इसमें तो ज़्यादा दबाव है, बीजेपी में तो सपोर्ट मिल रहा था।
हमारा मनोबल गिर चुका है, says the cop in uniform. People who were there facing the mob fury. This is for the first time that the men in khaki are breaking their silence, and this is a Times Now super exclusive. Aishwarya Jain now joining us. Aishwarya, congratulations for getting this version, this testimony out.
That's something that we are hearing from different cops in and around Ranchi after the violence that erupted. This is an unprecedented situation for the Ranchi police, for the Jharkhand police, because the government is questioning their own police several times. We have seen that how Irfan Ansari or the Jharkhand ministers have questioned their government, questioned their police, I beg your pardon, and in the FIR what it has been said by the Jharkhand police is clearly that they were outnumbered during the violence. They had no intel about it when the governor sought a report from the police administration. So yes, of course, after yesterday when the SSP was show-caused, it was the embarrassment for the Jharkhand police, and after the SSP have been served the show-cause notice and he has to answer within 2 days who was leading from the front on the day of violence. It is the Jawans who were on ground, and they were facing the bullets, they were facing the stones from the rioters, and now they feel completely demoralized after their own government is questioning the police over here.
Well, stay with us. Let me go across to Ravi Srivastava joining us, a political analyst. Ratan Sharda is also there with us, an author. However, Ravi Srivastava, my first question to you. You just heard on our candid cameras, you can hear these young policemen saying, "Hamara manobal puri tarah se gir chuka hai," and the ones responsible for that are the Soren government who have pulled up the SSP for doing his job. There are those from the ruling party who've come out and said, instead put up posters of the policemen who had fired. Is it something that you would agree with, that literally the Vardi has been sold out for votes by the Soren-Sonia government?
I do not. It's a law vision, and all right, there are strict standard operating practice how to deal with such things. Now there were 2 people were killed. Now in putting up the posters, running the firing on the rioters, these are incorrect, illegal things which will not be permitted by anyone. You have
No, what's
right
illegal
to
about
fire
this? A
on
cop
people.
says that हमारा morale गिर चुका है, मनोबल गिर चुका है, our morale is dented. What is illegal about this? You will not call out the illegality which is the mob fury, opening fire on the policemen, and we have those shots. But okay, if you're not convinced, here is testimony number 2. Another Times Now super exclusive. This is another man in khaki breaking his silence.
What are they saying?
इस सरकार के आने के बाद ज़्यादा प्रेशर में है या फिर पहले भी ऐसे ही चलता आ रहा है?
प्रेशर ऐसे हम लोग कुछ नहीं बोल सकते हैं। सरकार के आने के बाद प्रेशर तो बराबर आते जाते रहता है, होते रहता है, लेकिन सरकार की ड्यूटी है तो करना है।
अब जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश के किसी पुलिस वाले से बात करो, हम तो बात करते रहते हैं, उनका मनोबल बिल्कुल ऐसा रहता है टाइट, क्योंकि सरकार उनके साथ खड़ी है। आप लोगों की तो सरकार आपके ऊपर सवाल उठाती रहती है, तो फिर आपका मनोबल कैसा है इस वक्त?
सरकार से हम लोग सवाल उठाती है तो हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? हम लोग के जूनियर पदाधिकारी हैं, जो आदेश होगा वो करना है।
भले ही सरकार आपके ऊपर सवाल उठाए, पुलिस के ऊपर
जो कुछ करे, हम लोग तो कुछ बोल नहीं ना सकते हैं। वो हम लोग के बोलेंगे, हम लोग तो उन लोग के नहीं बोल सकते हैं।
नहीं, क्योंकि मैं आपको बोलने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ, आपके दिमाग में क्या स्थिति है इस वक्त? मतलब जो
क्या रहेगा? सरकार की ड्यूटी है तो करना है।
Well, the last statement is very telling. Ravi Srivastava, अगर ड्यूटी है हम कर रहा है. These are men who are in uniform doing their duty but pulled up by the state sarkar. You would still back the state sarkar even though these people literally faced bullets of the rioters?
Meghna, first of all, I suspect the entire video. Some random people, some blurred pictures, and
We
what
blurred
are
their
statement
faces because they are going to face retribution, that too from their own government. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, you are well aware.
valid story. There's nothing to believe in it. And how can he say like this that the UP government, their morale is high?
You know, Ravi
and
Srivastava, I'm surprised by what you are saying. I knew this would come.
there is nothing.
No, 1 minute. No, 1 minute. You will not question the rioters. You are questioning the integrity of Times Now reporter. There is nothing wrong with this testimony, and the reason we blurred their faces is because tomorrow you never know what happens to these people. The state is after them. The mob was after them. Ratan Sharda.
No, not at all.
No, 1 minute. Let me bring in Ratan Sharda. You've had your say, now listen to the other side. Mr. Sharda, come in.
My simple view is that these people will disbelieve everything. So I would suggest, why do they come to the debate? If they don't believe you, if don't believe your reports, they should not come on the TV. Why are they coming? Secondly, very importantly,
that is none of your business. Why do
Let
I
Mr.
come?
Ratan Sharda have his word. Mr. Srivastava, we'll come back to you. Ratan Sharda, go ahead.
Who are you?
I see this angry hectoring on the TV so regularly on the TVs. I don't know why they come. They are so angry. They should vent their anger on the Ranchi street.
But their anger is
But coming to the
one-sided,
main
Mr.
point.
Ratan Sharda. Anger
Coming
only
to the main
towards
point.
the Vardi, but not towards the protesters, Ratan Sharda.
Let me come to the main point. You remember what happened to the major who put a stone thrower on his jeep to save his 1,000 men? Similar people who are sitting on the panel now, they shouted blue murder. What are they supposed to do? Sacrifice these people to the stone throwers? Same people want these police to fight with one hand tied behind their back. They didn't want to use pellets. They don't want to use any force. They want to patronize basically the people who have taken law into their own hand in the name of protest. They have become murderers. They have arsoned. They have thrown stones. They have destroyed properties. And you want police to have their hand tied and standing there like helpless witnesses getting killed or getting. Is this what they want? The person who drew a pistol on the head of a policeman was given a hero's welcome in Delhi. And if you ask Ravi Srivastava, he said what is wrong in, he will say what is wrong in that. So my view is that politics rights over law and order. This is the worst scenario that we see in India today.
Yeah.
Please, for nation's sake, stop playing politics on murder.
Stop playing politics over the braves. They are men in khaki. They are doing their duty. And that's exactly what one of them said. We are simply doing our jobs. Don't punish us for this. In fact, listen in once again. It's important for us to get this for our viewers because we are not just people who are sitting there in armchairs and pontifying about what could have happened. On the ground, Aishwarya, our reporter, was there. He's spoken to these policemen, not one but several of them. This is what they have to say, that their manobal gir raha hai.
लेकिन आप ये बात बताओ, आप जो बोल रहे हो कि एसएसपी साहब को तो मतलब इस सर ने लीड किया पूरा आगे से, फिर उन्हीं को आज शोकोज नोट दिया सरकार ने, तो इससे मोरल डाउन नहीं होता?
पूरा मनोबल टूटेगा तो
इस सरकार की अंडर में ऐसा है या पहले भी ऐसा ही था? मैं तो क्योंकि झारखंड का नहीं हूँ, तो पहले जब बीजेपी की सरकार थी तब भी इतना फ्री एंड दे रखा था, या फिर अभी इस सरकार में ज़्यादा दबाव है?
हाँ, इसमें तो ज़्यादा दबाव है, बीजेपी में तो सपोर्ट मिल रहा था।
रवि श्रीवास्तव, एक पुलिस वाला साफ साफ शब्दों में कह रहा है कि हमारा मनोबल गिर गया है, लेकिन आप क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं इस वर्जन को। आपको सवाल उठाना चाहिए उन लोगों पे जिन्होंने इन पे गोली चलाई, पत्थर फेंके।
Pranesh, first of all, the job of the police is to enforce law. The job of the police is not to take the law in their hand. There are SOPs, how to handle the riots, where to use
and
the
what
pellet
is the role
gun.
of the government, if I may ask, Mr. Srivastav? To vilify the policemen, to abandon them, to betray them, to put vote above Vardi. Is that the job of the government? At least in Jharkhand, this is what the government is doing.
This is your version and your assumption. I am
My
not
version?
subscribed. I am not subscribed.
This
to
is
that.
the chief minister saying it. गलती हो जाती है आवेश में, गुस्से में गलती हो जाती है.
He should be fired below the waist. He has not to kill anybody.
Sir, what is... No, you tell me, when the posters were put up, why did the government pressurize the police to pull down the posters? Why was the SSP show-caused? You don't have answers to this question. You don't have answers to this question. Rashtra first, not rioters. Times Now underlining that. Once again, I thank both of you for joining us with that, taking a short break. Lots more lined up. Please stay with us.